Hi, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We are again live, and today is the last day of our webinar series, which is all about men, emotional needs, and desires. I hope you all, those who are continuing with us for these 5 days, I hope they all have enjoyed the session because it is a little bit different from what we all keep on discussing. It's an open forum discussing about the men. So today's topic is male sexual assault. And this is something, the last topic why it has been taken. So it's not only the females who is being reported to get assault, but males are also into that category. And it is not that we are saying, it's something I am talking about the survey. We'll come to it later on. Let me tell you about the HTH and myself. I'm Preeti Mehrotra. I'm founder and chairwoman of Healing Towards Happiness. I am career parenting and clarity coach. I am an author and also a public speaker and an anchor. Talking about HTH always is founded to give ear to the people, those who are want to share problem with us. So it is not confined to any age group, but all the groups we cater, and we are here to give ear to their problem. We are here to give the basic counseling to them, and through our webinars, we keep we keep informing about and keep providing the awareness to them, and that is completely free of cost. Our mission is to reach more than 1 million people by 2025. And that's the reason we keep on conducting webinars on Fridays and Sundays. And basically, our topics are relevant to mental and emotional health. And that's the reason, because male also means males. If I talk about the males in the society, they play a major role. And if we talk about their emotional and mental health, somewhere it has been neglected by the society. So let's talk about male sexual assault. So if I talk about the male sexual assault, the National Crime Victimization Survey conducted by US Justice Department found that from 1995 to 2013, male represented 17%, that is 17% of victims of sexual assault and rape on college campuses, and 4% of non-campus sexual assaults and rapes. Now, if I talk about what means the condition, if whether it is a male or a female, both victim can be the same condition. So like if I talk about, when we talk about yesterday, we were talking about the toxic masculinity. So here men and boys who have been sexually assaulted may experience the same effect of a sexual assault of other survivors, right? If we talk about the females, so they can also have the same emotions. They can also go through the depression, anxiety, traumas, because it may they may consider themselves not fit, or not in the particular figure. They are not fitting into the figure of which the society has confined them. So we are going to talk about this male sexual assaultment topic through our speaker's view. So today we have Mrs. Kaushal, Vishal, Sri Vidya, and soon Haridas sir is going to join us. So I want to come back to you, Kaushal ma'am. Can you please tell us that what actually is, first of all, assault? When we say assault and sexual assault, and when we are catering the male means through this webinar, what does it mean to you?
Hello everyone, I'm Kaushal Singh, Principal, the Learning Stem International School, Piparia, Madhya Pradesh. And as I am attending these webinars from past 2 days, what I come to know about that there are so many different areas where either, if I can say, emotional challenge, or if I can say, there are certain different characters that are revealed. So here Today, as we are talking about the sexual assault that appear to a male, it's not easy to define it, and it's not easy to take it, because this is a very, you can say, a typical kind of a subject where maybe the person who is victim is not able to speak out, or maybe the person, the one with whom the assault appeared, is not able to share this thing. Because as you right now said, as the moderator ma'am said, that if anything happens to male, so what happens, they never, or they cannot, or they may not be able to share this thing in the society. It would not be taken in a very light manner. As in the past few days we have said that male
You are on mute. Can you please unmute yourself? Just a minute.
Am I
Yes,
audible?
ma'am. Yeah, you are audible now. Please continue.
Hello.
Yeah, you are audible.
Ma'am, I think there is some technical glitch appearing.
Okay. So you please check. You please check. I'll go to Vishal by that time.
Yeah, sure. I'll rejoin. Just give
Yeah.
me a minute.
Okay. So yeah, Vishal, my same question to you means if we talk about male sexual assault, what do you think? What are your views about it? Tell us our audience about what does it mean male sexual assault, because till now assault we keep on hearing towards the female, right? So please
Yeah,
enlighten.
hello. Yeah, hello everyone. And it is a real pleasure to represent on a topic which is like male sexual assault. We have been brought up right from the childhood in an environment which is male dominant. And giving the presentation on male sexual assault is a bit different feeling, but I will keep all my attempts to make this topic very clear to the audience. At the same time, we'll see to it that there is certain things don't happen in the Indian society. Okay, so normally everybody knows what exactly the assault is, and today we're talking about sexual assault. My screen is visible to all.
Yes. Yeah. Can you a little bit increase your volume?
One
And
minute.
at your back, I think you're on two devices or somewhere else the voice is also means on your back.
I'm on a single device. One
Okay.
second, just give me a minute, please. I will check with the voice and okay, the voice is less. Okay. And now the voice is clear.
Yeah.
I think there is an echo, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like whatever you are.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll mute myself.
Uh, so when we say about sexual assault, it has got different definitions in different nations. The meaning remains the same. In certain cases, when it's about sexual assault in India, it talks about it can be fondling, it can also be a sort of rape, is also considered as a sexual assault. A physical penetration can be a sexual assault. It can be passing a comment in certain countries is a sexual assault. Making a lewd gestures is a sexual assault. So sexual assault differs, and I would like to give a very specific point to everyone out here as the audience and also to the panelists that this sexual assaults normally happens in the known areas and probably by the people whom we know. It has been a survey which says that majority of the people who are known to us are involved in sexual assault. Now, it has been like when you say about the definition, like I said, it has got a different aspect in different regions. Means at times we force a person to get into an act. Sometimes we show a weapon. Sometimes we put them on the point, or might be on a knife edge, and ask them to perform. That is also sexual assault. Okay. So as we are going through a transition, like I started with the presentation saying that as a child, when we see growing up in a male dominant society, and today talking upon sexual assault on male, there has been a transition. Everybody of us have gone through this particular images, or they know that picture itself says what exactly the assault is, right? Like when we try to fondle someone, when we try to touch someone against their wish or against their consent is an assault. And the display screen that you are seeing right now has got the female who has been touched at a different parts and which is objected by that female, and that becomes an assault. And this particular part is covered under FOSH, that is Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act, which has been implemented since 2012 in India, okay, which is specifically covering females. And the IPC, that is Indian Penal Code 1860, which has got section 354 A, B, C, and D, which covers the females, protect the females under voyeurism, under under different aspects of pornography and all. That is protected, but for male there is no protection. However, for the child which are 12 years below, there has been a law called as POSCO, which is implemented right now. But surely, like other countries, we will also have a law for males regarding the sexual assault. Now, as we see these pictures, it is very clear to everyone that okay, this has been happening in the offices, right? But what is going to be the next scenario? When you say about male assault, this is going to be the picture of the offices tomorrow. Now, it can be alarming, or it can be, it is happening as of now. It is happening, but no, people don't prefer to speak up because we are brought up in a culture wherein we say that, okay, if you are speaking like this, that means you are not a man, not a man. Because of which the man is not opening up with certain cases. The boss is dominating him, or a secretary is dominating him, or might be a colleague or a peer is dominating him. But that's not all. We need to understand that it is not only about female domination, but as the culture has been changing, as the things have been changing in the Indian society, the dynamics has been changing. There is we are no more talking about heterosexuality only. There has been a number of factors coming up, though transgender has been an old factor since the era of Mahabharata, wherein there's a character called as Srikhandi. Okay, so that has been an old thing, but there are multiple types and patterns of sexuality coming into the Indian culture, and that is the threat to this particular growing male assaults. Now, how is it? Just let us understand. Now, these pictures, whatever you see on the screen, are talking about male to male homosexuality. Female to male, it is just exactly opposite what male to female has been happening. Okay, but let's go a step ahead into this segment, which is very interesting, and I want all the audience to understand this in a very proper manner, because all the audience out here might be the boss or might be the recruiter or the recruitee somewhere in the organization. So it is very important to understand. And soon, if certain culture continues in India, the HR policies will have to make some amendments in them in the near future. That we will see very soon in the coming generation. So when I say the three different aspects, like homosexuality, we have already covered out here, wherein we have seen footsie and all that is happening, right? But here in this picture, you can see a male to male footsie thing happening, right? So when the culture in India had been very different earlier, even the couples sitting together and having a playful act was very difficult, accepted. But today, male to male people or female to female are also doing certain activities in the hotel openly. So that has been a change in culture. Now these people are going to be an employee somewhere, and these people are going to work somewhere. These people are going to start some organization someday. So their culture is going to be different, and that has to be adopted by the society. Now, why this male assault has been growing more or will grow more in future? Because it is not only about female dominating, like what my picture talks about at the background, wherein the female is a boss at the back end, and she is pulling the person with a tie. That is, so the male is not only having an fear of female dominating him, but also the group of people who are homophobia and phobic, people who are homosexual and the people who are transgender, who will be working tomorrow in the organization, and they will be equally responsible to assault the male, because the patterns are going to change. We will not go into the sexual patterns that are there. There are around 7 to 8 sexual patterns. We will not get into that subject now. But this is what is going to be tomorrow in India. And it is already happening in certain countries where the laws have been made legal. And just for your information now, in India, same gender marriages will be legal soon. Recently, there has been a judgment passed by the Supreme Court. It is not yet implemented, but soon we will have the same gender marriages getting approved. Now, why am I talking on this topic along with this is because along with the masculinity or along with this your male sexuality, because this is going to be a future. It is important for everyone to understand. And see what will happen when the HR recruits today. What happens with the HR is there is a column called as male, female. Now the column has brought in that is transgender, or others is written. Now, what are these others? And in this others, that is LGBTQ, right? Lesbian, bisexual, gay, transgenders, and also queer, others. So, when this particular tick has to be done, there are n number of background dynamics that are changing in the organization in terms of having a different washroom, the basic thing, till the other way of behavior in the organization. And that is what is going to affect this assault tomorrow for the men. So the men need to be more ready for certain changing dynamics in the environment. It is not only about female, but so many other factors that will be happening in Indian culture tomorrow, which today we are not accepting, but it will be accepted by default tomorrow, because that is the requirement. There has been many laws that have been changing, and similarly, the employment will hamper. So this is the change that we will see. And that is how the things are going to change. Now, coming to the case study. Okay. Now, a short case study wherein it is. Just a minute. Now, there are certain cases we call some people maniac or maybe insane. Similarly, there was a person called as Reinhard Snaga. Okay. His specialty was he used to sodomize or rape a male, only the Britons. Okay, what he used to do is he used to stand outside the night bars, night clubs, and there he used to see the drunken male. He used to offer him lift or tell him that, okay, I am going to guide you to one more drink, and he used to take them, drug abuse them, and rape them. So he has got down 190 victims, out of which 70 are still upstanding, are yet to be searched about. So his objective was just to rape a male. Now we are going a step ahead. Assault and rape. Rape is a step ahead. Rape is talking about more of the penetrative sex. Now this penetrative sex, in terms of male, need not be only an sodomization or anal sex, but also an oral sex wherein the penis are penetrated in the mouth of the other person is also a rape. So these are different definitions that will be coming up in future. So normally rape in India is only done by male on a female. But in these days, male can be from male to male or female to male also. Because what Indian law talks about is a female cannot rape a male. And what today people are saying that females are raping males because they are doing the penetrative sex with them. So this is the changing dynamics that are happening. And this particular gentleman, we will not call him gentleman, this particular person, Reinhard Snaga, he has raped 190 people, only Britons. So this is the thing. Similarly, in India, Muzaffarpur Nagar, there was a 10 years guy who was sodomized by a male. Now this is male to male counter. Sodomized by the male, and on this basis, police could not take a proper action because there was no proper law for it. And the person who has raped that minor is still moving around, and that guy is under a trauma. So how the things has impacted, how the things have been changing because of the sexual attack, sexual assault or a sexual act upon a male is very much alarming. And every child, every parent, and every parent should see to it that their teenager child, their small child, is properly in their purview whenever he or she is going. I would like to tell you one thing which is very important for all of the people listening to this webinar or this particular workshop. There is something called as red zone. I am sure many of us are aware of it, but I have to repeat on to it. The red zone is an area or a time wherein the person or a child is prone to this particular type of act. Now, does it happen is when a child is in a college, he gets into a college or into a new environment wherein he requires some time to settle to that environment. At that time, the predators are readily observing them, and they divert them and observe them and make it a point that they offer something to them for which they demand sex or sexual behavior, they do sexual assault. It is called as quid pro quo. As per the posh in for women's, it is called as quid pro quo, wherein you ask somebody for by giving them something of asking them sex, or might be a physical fondling or sexual assault on them by giving them something in return. Okay, normally there are two types: one is quid pro quo and one is hostility. So here you demand a teenager something by giving him question paper, might be a question bank, or might be giving him something which he requires at that time, and she gives it, and in that red zone that is normally said to be 16 to 19 years of age. And similar thing continues when a person joins an organization or searching for the organization or for the new organization. At that time, when he is in requirement of money or of the job, at that time some people take a favor from them, rape them, or take a sexual pleasure from them and offer them a job or something like that, or anything, might be drugs also. So this is how the young generation gets involved into this, and it becomes very difficult to come out of it, because in these days what happens is there are videos and all that are taken, and the person, a boy or a girl, probably we're talking about male today, a male is blackmailed, showing the clips, and he gets into the habit of same sex, or might be sodomization, or might be male to male sexual activities. So this is how the assault continues, and people are freely moving around doing this assault. So it's my humble request to all the parents, the panelists, and the youth, if they are listening to this particular presentation or this particular workshop, please be careful on these factors. See to it that you don't get into that red zone, and if you are into that red zone, see to it that you are alert. So this is what I will tell to everyone. And before closing, I have to tell you one thing, that is a survey which says that 1 in 3 male have experienced an attempt of rape even today. Actually, this is the statistics of US. In India, it is 1:38. Out of 38, 1 male is been raped or attempted to rape. This is what is the scenario of India today, which is said to be a cultured nation, wherein we are talking about people being very sophisticated with good religion and good thought process. But this is the scenario that is happening. So all need to be very alert with this thing. Sexual assault is happening in the society. You need to accept it, whether it's for a male or for a female. This should not happen, and for this not to happen, we as a parent, as a student, as a guide, as a panelist, or as a teacher should see to it that we need to be aware and make others aware of this assaults happening, and make both male and female equal in terms of rights and power. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishal. That's really the statistics you have presented through your case studies. It's really alarming. And you have rightly said that means like at a very tender age where we don't understand, means like parents, what they think, like my boy is safe in the hands of the uncle or some, means like they feel safe if they are in the hands of somebody, right? It never comes in their mind that that boy or that adult can also be the victim of this assault. So it's means like the adult can understand, and still in the campuses, in the college campuses, because mostly it happens in the colleges and campuses, or wherever the a person or a boy becomes a victim. But yeah, controlling our kids and keeping them in front of our eyes, that definitely the parents and educators can do it. Means they can keep an eye in the schools, they can keep an eye when they are at home. I have seen also the cases like sometimes the family members themselves, just like the girls are not safe, sometimes the boys are also not safe by the means like in that their families too. So we need to be very cautious. The days are gone, then we are only saving our girls and we are more means protected towards the girls in this regard. But the scenario which you are presenting, definitely it's alarming for all the parents toward their boys too. Thank you for this insight. Yeah. So I would like if Kaushal ma'am is here. Okay, so Haridas sir has already joined us. Haridas sir, I would like to know, you have I just want to know whether you have heard Vishal. Were you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Just now I have logged in, so I have heard a little bit. Okay, no problem.
So I just want to know from you, Haridas sir, why in our society we fail to educate our boys for this assault? Why we are only telling our girls? Definitely, each and every parent is more conscious about their girls, and because of the society is putting a pressure like that, right? The cases which we keep on listening. I just want to know from you why we always miss out on our boys, or maybe the adult, why we are adult as boys, and when they become adult, why we are not having that thing in our mind that they can also be assaulted.
Yes, very good question, ma'am. Thank you, Vishal sir, for your inputs. You have pointed out lots of important
So
topics,
if you
and
don't
your
mind, can you
focus.
switch on your camera, Haridas sir? If you don't mind, can you switch on your camera? Our audience want to see.
But no, I didn't get any option for camera. Can
No,
you?
now you can just try once.
No, it's not coming. Only the mute and unmute option.
Okay.
Okay, then I can do one thing. I can just log out because I think it is for the audience. I'm not. Can you make me host or panelist?
You are already host. That's why I'm asking you to just please join. Means like to switch on your camera.
No, I can't. No, that's the menu are not coming. That's what I'm saying.
Achha,
Maybe
just a minute. Just a minute.
Yes.
Just a minute. Now you can just give me a moment. Just check now. Now you can.
Yes, it's fine.
Yeah. Should I repeat my question or you are
Okay.
understood the
No,
question?
question is okay, fine. Is it? Am I audible properly?
Yes, you are audible. We are just waiting for your camera.
Okay.
Yes. Now you are visible too.
Okay. Thank you
Just
so much.
that means like, because I haven't introduced you. So can you please introduce yourself and then please take the question.
Sure. Yes. Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and those who are watching this most important webinar for today's session. My name is Haridas Mukherjee. I'm an international educator, counselor, and motivational speaker, as well as freelance ICT coach and IELTS trainer and spoken English trainer.
Thank you. What happened?
Okay. And also I'm attached with many platform like HTH, IDOIM, and lots of others. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am, for asking a nice question that why only the, just can you please repeat again so that I can hear properly?
So I just want to know, means like we are always curious about and protecting our girls, and we are always making them conscious about the assault and all. Why we always left out on our boys?
Exactly.
Yeah.
boys. Yeah. This is basically in our mental quotient, in our mental standard, in our society's mental standard, we always assume that girls can be trapped, girls can be trapped, girls can be raped, girls can be attacked by other persons, not male, because here in India, not only in India, but this India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, in this subcontinent, the mental situation or psychological balance related to male and female, they are bothering about female too much rather than male also. Okay, so in this context, I will share my view that here it's not only what you call, you can say one society, it is average all the societies. Here all we are the forefathers and our grandfathers and all are, they are not talking about the safety measurement of sexual assault for any male. Apart from that, they are also interested to protect their girl child first rather than boys. Now the question is, it's a big question, you can say. Now the question is, who will arise the topics, who will arise this awareness of psychological balances, that male and female, girl and boys, both are the same valuable for our society. Now they are thinking that if a male is getting by or attacked by any other persons, either sexually or mentally or psychologically or physically even, it is not too much matter of worried or worried. Okay. Now the thing is, this is a mental concept of our society. It is not only in India, but also India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. This Indian Indus Valley civilization, it is the you can say from our earlier days. The point is coming that male are not too much you can say sensitive matters rather than female. So all the family members first try to protect only their girl child first, daughters, mothers, wives, rather than the physical part or the what you call all other sexual part about a male child. I have seen a small child, male child, the grandfather or sometimes other relatives touching their sexual organs. Okay, no one is telling anything else, or no one is protecting, or no one is protesting. Now the thing is, it's just like a casual matter, but it's not casual in abroad. Yes, as because I have worked in abroad and I have seen that they are easily directly charged that, sir, you are gay if I touch anyone or any persons. That's why in our orientation program, very first day, they have instructed, don't touch even any boy or girl, because here in Maldives also, because here, if you touch in any accidentally, even if you touch any portion of a body of a boy, they may directly give you the allegation that you are gay. So here in India, it's not like that. Even here I have seen, just my previous speaker Vishal sir already mentioned all the matters what I was going to cover up, especially for the college, the ragging part in the first years when they are entering to a college, or even tuition batches, classes I have seen, at school I have seen, at playground I have seen, even in the swimming pool also, lots of the boys or the male part, okay, that they are getting assaulted by others. Now here in Indian penal code, they are very much aware about a girl or about a female part. In respect to that, I repeat, in respect to that, we are not bothering too much about a male child or boys sexual part. Or another most important thing is that sometimes they are getting psychologically broken, even psychologically, mentally broken even, but due to this allegation, due to this you can say victimization and the happenings, what is happening. But no one is too much caring about these matters. It's you can say the need of the hour question. Today's topic actually the need of the hour question. Very recently, I'm not mentioning the school name and I'm not mentioning the city even. Very recently, there was a news that a teacher bitten the sexual part of a boy and the boy got admitted in a school hospital. Rather than he didn't hit any other portion, directly hit, okay, the teacher hit it to the boy's sexual organs. And it is, you can say, it's not, it is now non-active position, that sexual part and organs. Now, who is the most responsible in this regard? The thing is that we are not too much bothered about the sexual assault of a male. Very important topics today you have covered. Not only ragging, but also I have seen, not only in newspaper or in television, you can also see in your society also. There are lots of, you can say, after post-marital assault also are happening here. Lots of husband committed suicide just after marriage, just because due to the sexual assault by their wife. But very few are aware about this fact. Do you know what is the reason behind it? All this matter comes from here. Psychological imbalances. We are not totally cared about these matters. We are not totally bothered about these matters. We are not totally literate, and awareness is very less in our society still for the male child. Okay. So in this regard, I will request you that please put some questions to the other audience also, if they have any issues or facts or if they are facing. Okay.
Sure. Yeah, definitely we'll be taking, once we cover the entire topic by our speakers, then definitely, as we are concluding today's series, so we'll be coming to our audience also, what is their say about it and what they want in further to contact us. So I would like to know, Shri Vidya is with us. Shri Vidya, if you can switch on your camera. What are your views? Means mostly the most statistics being presented by Vishal, and already the Haridas are completed that. Means like what does it mean, and how the person feels when he or she is being assaulted. So what are your views about it? Share some examples if you can.
Yes. Good evening, all of you. Thank you so much, Preeti. Thank you, Vishal and Mr.
Can you
Haridas.
please switch on your camera?
My camera may not be switched on because, there is some buffering.
Achha,
And
you told, yeah. Sorry. Yes.
I'm happy to join this evening with you all. I'll be sharing some information about the signs that the victim may be exhibiting, and the impact of assault on the victim, and how, as a counselor or a family member, we can respond to reduce the victim's anxiety, and maybe all in brief, and the available legal remedies for a male victim. It may be a long list, but I'll be trying to cover this as quick as possible. Now, as we have been speaking about, as Vishal has expressed, as Mr. Haridas has expressed his views already on what is child abuse, rape, and sexual violence on both men and women, we have understood what will happen when an assault happens. But the recent case of a man from Jalandhar, Punjab, recently it has happened, and it was hugely discussed in many of the TV shows and media. As such, four women gang raped him after drugging him. He was a laborer who was leaving from his work, and on the way he was assaulted. All the women, yes,
Most
all
important.
were in their 20s. It happened in Jalandhar, Punjab. It recently happened. So it is not something which is not happening in India. It is very much happening in India, and it has been happening all through many years. it's not only on the road or, it's not just happening somewhere far from us. It's happening the next door. It may happen anywhere in our educational institutions, dorms where men are living, the hostels they live in, by the teachers, by the bosses, and especially in uniform services, many men are being abused sexually. We may all know that. But how can we understand that they have been victimized or they have been a victim of all this assault is something which we need to understand. Now, we should understand why there is a statistical vacuum when it comes to male child abuse, rape, and sexual violence on them. While reports of men being raped by women are very rare, victims in these cases suffer feelings of helplessness, fear, and anxiety similar to those experienced just by women who have been raped by men. Men need more guidance to prepare for how their friends and family members may react. And that's why I have chosen to speak about the science and the way we are going to respond to address these issues. Now, men are, men still face ridicule when sharing their, encounters of domestic or sexual violence. People laugh at them and saying, why doesn't that happen to me? I'll be enjoying that. Many people, you all might have heard of these stories. They laugh at them and ridicule them. And most often they are brushed off, aside by their own family members, or they are considered weak and told to man up, isn't it? So there is a serious underreporting by male victims who fear labeling as homosexuals. They fear that they will be labeled as homos. And there is a lack of support services when it comes to reporting at the police station or reporting to higher ups, or even to speak about that in their own families. Or they are not recognized, and there is no well-documented system of or process where they can go through reporting and getting help from any of the legal proceedings. And the sexual nature of violence is hidden under the umbrella term like torture. It is called as a torture by the legal term, or sodomized. Now, one has to, one is unlikely to get an evidence of this existence or nature or scale of sexual abuse or a violence against male, because there are no traces like the semen or anything else which can be used against as an evidence for the perpetrator. Now, the victims cannot be helped out unless you actively look for the evidences. And this leads to victims' fear and anxiety, and which can lead to feeling of self-doubt, isolation, stigmatization, and depression for them. The rate of this post-assault dysfunction is high for men who have been raped by women. Now, men raped by women also will need an evidentiary examination after the rape. Now, how can we do that? Collection of forensic evidences such as presence of the victim's body, nail or DNA or clothing or hair or the vaginal secretions or all needed as an evidence. So this can help them to go against the perpetrator and seek any legal help when they are victimized. Now, may only a few report of the rape to the police. Why? Because every 20 male who was sexually assaulted in India, only 2. Why is that happening? The remaining, say that our fear of rejection, disbelief, and they don't report it. Most male never consider the possibility they could be raped. And when it happens to them, it can be devastating for them and demoralizing them because they feel weakened in front of the perpetrator. because, we have been always saying that men are powerful, men don't cry, a man up, all these things to male members of the society. And this is the reason the stigma is still around and they don't speak about being assaulted. For this, community education and crisis intervention and severe corrective measures in the legal remedies that are already prevailing in terms of male rape victims, and correction of misconceptions about male rape are to be given critical importance to deal with their problems. Now, what are the misconceptions that are prevailing in the society about gender stereotyping? Men are naturally aggressive. Men are, and their sexuality is also aggressive and demanding. And women are sexually passive and weak. And women don't rape men. Rape and sexual violence are primarily motivated by for the satisfaction of sexual desire. In fact, rape happens only to show their power over the other. So generally, it is believed that men are strong and they are in control and not vulnerable for all this. Men sexual victimization is linked to homosexuality. These things are stereotypes that are prevailing in our society, and this has to be changed by creating more awareness. And the more we are going to talk about it and discuss within the family, the boys in our family should be aware of what is happening around them and how to deal with it when they are going to grow up and speak about this to others. When they understand what is intercourse, what are the body changes they are having, the sexual education when we are providing them, they have to be spoken about all these issues without any inhibitions in the family by their parents, by the teachers in their schools, or any responsible adult in their lives. Now, what are the possible signs that are exhibited by a male victim? They have battered attitudes, like uncontrollable attitudes towards communication, towards others, the interpersonal relationships they are having in the society. They avoid eye contacts. Their ego is smashed, the male ego or the self-respect of the person who is a victim, just like a female, is smashed because of this assault. And he makes statements emphasizing gender of the perpetrator. In case if it is a female, he speaks about them, in a negative way. And he constantly moves in their seats, prefer to stand than sitting during counseling or interrogation by the policeman or by the clinician or the doctor who is going to check up them. Medical checkups, in case of any assault, most of the time when they are assaulted, they go in the name of some other, injury or an accident than reporting an assault on them, sexual assault on them. Now, the interviewer or the clinician should understand when they are unable to sit or when they are restless, there is something more than what they are speaking. Now, they also use statements such as, I was made a woman. And they take frequent toilet breaks. There'll be incontinence of, fecal movement or urination. And they complain about, lower back pain in an abnormal way. Most of the time, many people complain about lower back pain, whereas people who are assaulted have a different kind of lower back pain, which can be understood by people who have experience in handling such victims or patients. They also express a strong preference for the person who is going to help them. The strong preference of gender specific help they will be seeking in case if the victim is abused by a male, he will not be comfortable with the male who is going to help them. In case if it is a female, they will not be comfortable with the female who is offering help to them. And they become restless when they are when they are asked about, or when we are trying to discuss about sexual assault or any sexual abuse or any sexual act for that matter, when you are discussing or counseling them or interrogating them about the incident. What are the other possible signs after a brief period of time? Maybe the victim has experienced this already and going through the abuse frequently. What are the other signs you may observe or one may understand when they are close by or when they are in their family? STD, HIV or AIDS, they are more likely to contract. Self-isolation or trials of committing suicidal attempts, social withdrawal, disinterest in having intercourse with their partners. Sexual dysfunction is one of the primary symptoms when a male is abused. Inability to do any physical work or demotivation to involve in any productive work. It can be misdiagnosed as a depression or something, but it is likely to be a depression, but they will be highly demotivated to do any productive work because they will be, in fact, they will be more worried about what is going to happen to them next. And alcohol, drug or other substance abuses, smell of feces or sign of fecal incontinence, depression, obvious, PTSD, panic attacks, mood swings, and there will be changes in family routines. They will be spending more time staying away, just like a child who refuses to go to a person who is abusing them. An adult male will also be afraid of going to the specific person who is abusing him. There will be changes in the sleeping pattern also. So men are more likely to report a sexual assault in the context of seeking treatment for other injuries. We should understand that. And it is most important for the policeman or the emergency medical professional or the counselor or the psychiatrist to ask them about the robbery or the accidents or any incident that has taken place, and how the physical injuries have happened to them, and if they were sexually abused in an explicit way, in a direct questioning or interview manner. They should be asked if they are sexually abused, and when they are startled or when they are hesitant to share, they should be interrogated or counseled more and given comfort to share what they have gone through to prevent any further damages to their psychological well-being. Now, what are the impact of consider?
Srividya, we'll come to you back on this question, right?
Yes.
So let me, so that we can have others' views also, those who
Sure,
have.
sure. Yes, yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Preeti, and thank you all the panelists.
Yeah,
who
stay with
had-
us, okay, for the further questions.
Of
Yeah.
course, yes.
So Vishal, means like Srividya has already spoke a lot about like what are the impacts, how one can deal with, why it is not being reported, and in what manner it is being reported, right? I would like to know from you, being a male, maybe like you have come across any of your friends or relatives or anybody else, or maybe you have heard as a male that come across any of the incident, like who is whoever is sharing with you, or you have read somewhere, how family can normalize such conversations with the children. Like when we're talking about the adult, so adult can share, they may share with their friends, right? But when we are talking about a boy who is at very tender age of 10 or 11, how family can normalize that tender age boy to this particular incident, or how they can help them to come out from the trauma?
That's really a very nice question, Preeti. And as I said, that 1 out of 4 children go
Can
across
you
this
check your
particular.
network
See, there are
connectivity,
two
Vishal?
things that yeah, it's not
Your
audible to
voice
you.
is little vibrating.
Wait, even now.
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay, fine. So it's a really nice question, and I feel there are two aspects to handle this question. One is the parent should be sensitizing their child first of all about certain topics that might happen. Like Shivja rightly said in her introduction part, that the parent should sensitize the child or tell the child in advance that these particular things are happening. They should be informed. Normally, what happens is when certain thing happens, at that time the child is not ready to talk about it because he is afraid that what parent will say. But when this has already happened, in this case, the parent should first of all make them feel normal. Okay, this happens. First thing, so that they can get some more information of what exactly has happened. Okay, and sometimes a child goes into a trauma or gets into a very different phase because he gets psychologically affected by the incident because it is not, he was not aware to accept it. So the parent should normalize the child by telling them that certain things happen. It has happened with someone which is known to us also. So that will make him feel comfortable to speak upon. That is the best thing that they can do. And should do sensitization of certain topic to the child so that it becomes easy for them to handle the cases if it happens at any point of time in the life of a child. That is what my take from my end is.
Great, great. Yeah, definitely. Means whatever has happened, it has already taken place, right? We need to make a child understand that how we can overcome that situation.
Sensitization is important for a child.
Right, right. I'm moving on to Haridas, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. You want to give your views on this?
Yeah,
please.
on this, yes, your question, due to that reason, I am giving my experiences, what I have already made counseling for this type of topics. Yes, I have made it. Parents, some in one sunny morning, a parent came to me, my house, okay, for counseling for their ward, okay, who have faced the sexual assault at the school, and after that he got traumatized, and he was just, you can say, in a room. He was closed for near about 15 days. He didn't go out. Okay. In this case, most important, the parents caring and continuous counseling by a counselor. Two things. First, parents take over. Parents should have to take care in a serious way, number one. And number two, obviously, that school should have to intervene this matter drastically to take a serious action those who have made this type of problem. Okay, I have seen them in many colleges, the students are what you call getting rusticated from the management, those who are doing these things. But this only the rusticate from the school or colleges is not enough. They should have to get punished in, just like as a when a boy or a male person doing rape, they should have to get punished to that law, because a person's physical torture is not too much harmful rather than the mental torture, what exactly here in India it's not accepting. Mental torture, the broken up, mental broken up, that is the most important matter because it stays for lifelong. Your physical injury may recover within 1 month or 3 months, but mental injury never removes. Sometimes it may hide, or the persons those who have faced it, maybe he will not appear in any circumstances again. I know, but you cannot remove by your eraser like that it will erase for your lifetime. No, he will not. Till death, it will stay in their mental quotient. Okay, the psychological matters are very much harmful rather than physical effects or physical torture. So for this type of questions, what you have asked to Vishal sir, and I have just intervened in this matter and I am giving my views. I have seen just continuous counseling, parenting care, and also I will request, if this type of things happens in any family, please try to change your locality. Please try to change the society where you belongs to now. Please, if possible. Otherwise, sometimes due to the parents or means father's job place or workplace, you will not be able to get transfer. Okay, at that time, because I have seen, I have observed, as because I have I went in many school for academic audit, student and school assessor. So I have visited many residential school. I am not taking the name, that the school was in Rajasthan. So the boy was traumatized, and when I asked the parents over phone that he is very fine now, but here he is disturbing other students. Do you know what is the main reason? He told, yes, I know what is the main reason, because he got traumatized, and that's why he is doing this type of activity. Then I asked, why you have kept put it in, you have given the admission in the residential school. He just at that time admitted that matters. Yes, once he faced this type of physical assault at the school, and we have no other options to change the locality or society. That's why we have shifted his education to a residential school, and I have given him admission here. I told, okay, now the point is clear. So in this regard, the parents intervene, school management, and also a counselor is the great healing properties for this reason. If this type of incident happened for any child, it is boy or girl, that doesn't matter. But the word is word, means for his parents, son and daughter, I know the daughter are caring too much because their beauty, feminine matters, and there are lots of what you call consequences they will have to face when they will born and brought up, okay, and grow up. But the thing is that we will have to what you call give the value for their psychological quotient in a same way. What the girls are facing, the boys are also facing in this matter. Okay, so the parents intervene, schools intervene, and also we will have to take the help of a counselor. We are, as here I am talking in a platform that healing part, healing through the happiness. So here I will have to speak out how to heal also, not only the consequences of the causes and the effects. I will have to speak about that if this type of incident happens, what we can do for you. That's why we are here. Voluntarily we can serve for the mankind.
Rightly. Thank you for that narrating that the incident, so that parents can understand.
If this type of any incident comes through your knowledge, please put my name, that this Mr. Haridas Mukherjee is doing counseling for this type of, please contact him or her, and you have my number and mail address, so no problem at all. I am for your platform.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving such a support to us. I would like to ask Shri Vidya. Shri Vidya, means we are doing from last 5 days this webinar when we are talking about men. I would like to tell, means like this, how you will conclude this webinar series, what message you want to give to the society.
See, these webinar series will be definitely an eye-opener for approaching men's mental health, well-being, and how they can deal with their emotions in a society like the Indian society, which traditionally believes in masculinity and the male dominance and the power they are holding in the society. They as the panelists have always told, that men are always asked to man up, stand up for themselves, not to cry all the time. Now this forum has helped them to understand, yes, they can show their emotions positively and deal with their negative emotions in a better way to make their lives better.
Thank you, Shri Vidya. The same question goes to Vishal. Vishal, you have been there for almost all the webinars except I think one, and you have closely seen that what all we are discussing in this webinar series all about men, emotional needs and desires. What is your message to the society?
Message with respect to on what parameter, and please repeat again.
You want me to repeat my question?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm saying that you have been there with us for 4 webinars, I think out of 5.
Yeah.
And I want means you have closely observed, you have closely heard all the speakers in the different webinars which we conducted through this platform.
Sure.
I want you to give one message from your end to the society.
Okay. See, normally in Indian culture, it's very difficult to open up certain things. Though the change has been happening through the platforms like what Preeti has started upon, wherein a topic like toxic masculinity, topic like sexual assault, were openly discussed. And we had wonderful panelists from around India who spoke upon this, who had been expert in the particular segment. The message for all the audience and who will even listen to the recording later on, also people who attended is, when we say about gender equality, the same should be on various parameters. It should not be only in specific region. So sexual topics cannot be a taboo. Like other day we discussed in the panel also, it is not about roti kapda and makan, but even sex and sleep are equally important for the man to survive. Because man means human being are here for the intention or purpose of reproduction also. Then why do we consider that particular topic as a taboo? So platforms like this, what Preeti has initiated, are really important for the society, not only to just give awareness about certain things, but also this type of platform will make the children and the parents aware of certain things that are happening in the society. At the same time, they will come to know that what and how do you react if certain things happens, and how to behave on certain places so that these particular things don't happen. So such certain platforms will help you also to understand the cause and effect of a particular thing that is happening in society. So it is really an eye-opener, and definitely it's going to be helpful to all the people who are listening to this particular workshop, and also who will listen to the recordings later on. So I'd like to thank Preeti for bringing up this particular platform, a wonderful initiative, and I'm sure that people are going to get benefit. And the message is very clear that India is going to change with certain platform, being very bold and also aware of certain things that will make a great nation and a great individual. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishal. Thank you for appreciating this. And I cannot do it alone. And that's the reason I asked certain speakers to come forward to speak on the topic. Haridas, what will be your message to the society, as you are also the major part in this webinar series?
Yeah, thank you so much. For society means for today's topics or for
no, in general, the entire webinar series. As we are concluding today. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Preeti Miss. First of all, I will congratulate you for bringing this type of initiative and a series of topics you have covered in 5 days. First of all, I will give you the what do you call? You can say it's a big clap for you. Okay, thank you so much. You deserve it. Number 1. Number 2, the topics you have covered: the toxic masculinity, the libido part, that days, and today also, and the another day what I have not actually present due to the network problem. All those days you have covered up the most sensitive and serious issues, what in public we naturally don't speak, what we in public we naturally don't open up, but we are hiding these type of problems, these type of issues, and we may see in our daily life, we may see in our society, but we will not speak up. But you have taken this initiative to open up. This is the most important question you have covered. Now, my point of view, if you say, I will what you call, you can in my point of view for the society, first thing we will have to keep in mind that we are not alone. Number one, there are lots of NGOs, there are lots of organizations, counselors, various platform means organizations are coming up to the society to help this type of if anything is happens. Number one, no, the victimization case can be solved easily, and psychological trauma matters. If this type of thing happens in our society through these all those subjects you have covered through these topics, I will request those victimized family or the persons or the, you can say, individuals also, I will request, please contact to the counselor first and take it as a serious issues. If it is happening in the school, like for sexual assault of a male child, please contact the school management, bring it to the notice to the press even, because I told already that physical injury in an accident in a road can be covered up or can be repaired, or can be, you can get a healing part within 1 week or 2 weeks or maybe 1 month or 3 months. But the psychological effects or trauma or damage cannot be removed in a shortest period of time. So you will have to give the punishment to those persons who have acted this. Number one. Number two, if this type of any incident happens in your knowledge, you can see or you can observe, or if you are hearing even, please try to attend those family. Please try to contact those family. Bring it to my notice, bring it to our organization, HTH, okay, so that we can be a part of the healing. And through this way, we can, you can say, we can succeed, or we can, we say, yes, I am feeling very happy to form this type of organization, that healing towards happiness. If I am unable to give happiness to others through my healing, then what is the use of formation of this platform? That is the most important initiative. And number three, that third step, I will give this message to the society, that everything can be solved out. Please try to bring our notice. Please try to bring this matter to anyone who can give you the best suggestion, advice. Maybe we can collaborate one to one or one to others also to solve out this problem. Those who have, or see, those who have got faced this type of incident, please tell them that you are not alone. We are a great family. We are a, what do you call, you can say, just like a healing members, okay, for your family. Please bring this matter to our notice, okay. And last but not least, I will request all the parents, all the audience, those who are watching my videos, means through this platform, Priti Mehrotra, HTH, okay, please try to contact any counselor through this way, or please try to contact with any educators or academician who can give you the best advice and suggestion, not to go any other's place. Sometimes the people, the parents are, their mental quotient getting devastated, and they are moving hither and thither. I have seen lots of family, they are going to Tantric and Jyotisi for astrological matter, because, oh my God, he is doing this type of activity. Obviously, some a ghost maybe appeared in his mind or in something like that. Yes, I have seen, because we are in this type of situation. We have seen in India this type of things happening, even in Bangladesh also. I made counseling to girl child. The parents are saying this, sir, means they are saying in Bengali, sir, इसको ऐसा कुछ maybe कुछ झाड़फूक करना होगा, ओझा और तांत्रिक का पास जाना होगा. So still in this age, new age parenting, we will have to think it in a different way, through scientific way. And also we will have to lend them hands to bring out from this situation or problems. Okay. I am ready. We are ready through this platform HTH. We are ready to help you. So I will request all the members, esteemed members of this organization, please lend them a hand to make the society our greater. Okay.
Right.
I am not, yes, I am not saying that I can be the great healer or the godlike I have the properties okay in India. No, I am not telling that things. But if we can work together to help a person, to help a child, to help a daughter, to help a son of a family, to come out from this trauma, to come out from this situation, even to come out from a domestic violence also, we can appear, we can give our best advice and suggestions. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your support again. And a big clap to all the speakers also, those who have supported me to make this entire webinar series successful, because without the speaker, I'm sure that I wouldn't be able to complete this webinar series. Every time people are there to support me and to take the means like Vishal, if I say, whenever I ask him, will you be there? And he's always ready for doing that, whether he's prepared or not, but he never said no to me. So it's a big thanks to all of you. And same with the Haridas sir or Sri Vidya, the moment I just drop one message, I'm just looking for the speakers, and there are n number of speakers ready to do that. Yeah,
Yes,
only the time constraint is there, because and the reason why I'm taking this at the night, because it's a working days. I don't want anybody's schedule to be disturbed. One point I just want to, means whatever we have discussed, we want to say, like, we talk about trauma, we talked about depression, we talked about anxiety. One point also which means like it comes in my mind, that can also be possible sometimes when a tender age boy or a girl has been assaulted, maybe it's a pleasure for them, right? It's a pleasure for them which they are not able to understand. So it need to be also understand, if a child inclination is increasing towards this area, this is also alarming for the parents to understand that what the child is watching, whom he or she is in contact with. Okay, so because at that tender age, it can be, as we keep on telling our children, good touch and bad touch, right? So sometimes the good touch can be fun touch, in the sense a pleasure touch also for that particular boy or a girl, which that tender age a child is not able to understand, right? So this also parents need to understand, if a child inclination is increasing toward this, or the actions are changing, or he is more inclined to see towards these areas, or more interested in watching these type of movies or serials or something like this, please, it's an alarming situation at that moment also. So take care at that time. That means like it's very cautious, that you need to be very cautious at that time also. Thank you everyone. If anybody wants to say anything, I'm just giving the platform to speak to Bishwanath ji, Kishore, Rupanshi, Archana ji. You all can put your pointers, or if anybody wants to speak on anything.